Hi everyone, my name's Anne Marie. Welcome to this tutorial. Today we're going to make an unusual 3D paper crafting card. It's going to be a congratulations card and you'll see why it's unusual as we get to the end. I'm starting off with a 7x7 inch base. As always, I'll put a list at the bottom for everything that I've used and where you can get it from if I can do that. It's going to feature the Madison Paper kit from Anna Griffin, and it's going to also use the Paper Tricks 2 kit. So I'm starting off with my 7x7 inch card, and I've already cut some matten layers for it. So we're just going to attach these very quickly. And the first one is a red and ivory coloured layer. Just turn that corner over. So I'm going to place that in the centre of my card. The next layer is a plain silver, kind of metallic, and I'm going to add that over the top of the previous layer. If you're wanting to save a little bit of money, then you could cut the centres out. I'm not doing that on this occasion because I want you to see the layers. However, if you've got time to take out the centres, you know, go for it. There's nothing to stop you. This is the third layer for the front of my card. So you can see how we go down in size one by one. The next thing, which is the most exciting thing for me, is we're going to make the centre of our card, and we're going to be using the Paper Tricks 2 kit, and we're going to make the circles into squares. Now, if you've seen the demonstration for the mini series for the Paper 2 kit, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, what we're actually going to make is something like this. It looks like a patchwork of paper, and I'm just going to show you roughly how you start it and what you do. Out of the Paper Tricks 2 kit, you take the circular die, the large circle of the two, you run it through in the right embossing folder to give you, I don't know if you can pick this up, there we go, it gives you the scored edges. So once you've done that, you literally fold those edges up of your circles. Now, I know what you're thinking, time consuming. Well, some things are unfortunately time consuming, and this is one of them. However, when you get going, you're going to really enjoy it, and it's going to be worth it. So I'm just going to do 3 because I'm going to show you how to start, and then you'll get the drift. You also cut out a base square from the dies as well. So you need one of the dies in the square, and then however many you need in the circles. For this card you need 9. If you were doing an 8x8 you would need 25, I think it is, and for a 12x12 scrapbooking page I think it's 36. So if you work on those numbers you'll probably be on the right track. So for now we're going to go with our square. Now the first one that you're going to place is in the centre, and to cheat what you could do is find the centre of your card and then mark it. Now I'm doing this as a fold, but you could use a ruler and actually find the centre and then place the dot where you think the centre is. That way you'll know the first patchwork square that you place on your card is going to go in that centre. So I'm going to place the first one there, and then I'm going to pop a red one next to it there, and hold it for just a second or two so that it starts to take and starts to attach to the base. And then the last one I'm going to do is just at the other side. So you see, you'll build up the base, add in the squares, then let them dry, and you'll be left with something like this. Rub the glue off my board. So then that's how you can see my square underneath the tape. I started with that square and just built them up. So we've got our card front, and I'm going to place the square that we've already made onto the card front. For quickness, I've already added tape on it, so I'm just going to peel the back of the tape away and then pop it onto our card. I always have trouble with my tape. There we go. That's one side, and that's going to be the other side. Now, instead of placing it square, I'm going to place it at an angle, so it's actually a diamond. And I'm going to just pop that in the centre like that, press it down. So we've got the background and the base of our card. Next, what I've done, I've taken two corners from the Silver Flourishes collection from Anna, and I'm literally just going to pop those into the corners. The great thing about the Silver Flourishes kit is you get left and right facing ones, so that you can do opposite corners and it works the right way around. So I'll just add glue to the second corner like that, and place that where I want it to go. Now for the sentiment, I've already die cut from the Paper Tricks 2 one of the large banners, and that's this die. I've die cut it, and I've actually run it through the embossing folder. I've die cut it twice, run it through the corresponding die cutting for embossing folder, and folded it at 1/2, because what we're going to do is create a longer banner, because we want it to go across our card like that. Now I've already added 3D foam underneath the two parts of the banner, so that they will sit inside our patchwork. Can you see how I mean, where I've cut it in half? And so I'm just going to pop those onto our card, and that way they will be in the right position for the top of the sentiment. So I'll make sure they look as though they match up like that. Then what I've done is I've already taken another one of the banners, and I'm going to pop that across the middle of the two that we've cut in half, and then I've got a stamped sentiment, and I've cut out using the smaller banner again from the Paper Tricks 2 kit, and I'm going to put one on top of the other, and I'm going to place that in the centre across our banner. Now, to finish off, a card wouldn't be a card without a few flowers, So I've made just a few flowers in corresponding paper, again from the Madison kit, and I'm literally just going to add these to the 4 squares on the edges. That one doesn't want to stick. Pop a bit more glue on it. There. And I'll just do the last 2. That one in there. And the final one for the final corner. There we go. And that finishes our card off perfectly. And as you'll agree, I'm sure, that is just gorgeous. Very unusual. It's got lots of depth, and I'm sure anybody would be grateful to receive that. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please give it the thumbs up, and I'll see you again next time.